In today's training, I'd love to introduce you to my good friend, Renata. Keep her name in mind. She is blowing up right now. Her music is incredible. You can find her on Instagram right here. And you're going to love her music and her heart. Today we're talking about the purpose of performance, what this is supposed to be. This video is really meant to be shared. What I mean by that is that this is something you could show to high school students. It's something that you can show to middle school teachers and say, hey, this is something that you could translate really well to a middle school audience. I think in particular to a middle school audience. I really hope you enjoy our talk. Looking forward to having Renata on a lot more soon.
I am Renata, and I am a musician, a performing musician, also an educator, and yeah, basically I sing, I play violin, I study Arabic music, I study jazz.
Renata and I have traveled the world together.
Yes, we have.
On business. So Renata has come with me to Africa a couple of times. She's traveled around the United States doing music education conferences with me, so you might have seen her at my booth. But today I wanted to talk about performance because you're a performing musician.
Yes.
What is the whole purpose of music, Renata?
Right.
Let's say yes, of performing music. Like, why does it matter? What is even the point of it?
I would say, I think there's a lot that goes into it, but for me, what I have learned so far and what I've seen other performing musicians experience, not only here in the West, but around the world, one, performance is character. I think that musicians and also people that aren't in the professional world of doing music also experience this on the daily, making us all musicians in a sense that working on your character can go for anyone, and performance really is building your character and then using that character in performance. And you know, under character we can talk about joy, we can talk about having peace, we can talk about being bold and confident and having empathy. These are all important character traits and things that you learn and use in performance, because if you don't have that, then what does the person in front of you or around you, what do the people feel? And so this is where, how can they connect to you? And this is where then we start talking about music performance and collaboration. Because if it was, let's say, just me standing on a huge stage and I'm just gonna sing a lullaby, but I have no audience and I have no one on stage with me, no musicians, who am I singing to? Who am I singing this for? And so this is where collaboration comes into place, and unity and harmony. I need humans, I need other humans to make music. And performing really is just fellowship, because if I can sing a song for you, then that means I'm trying to say something to you and I'm trying to experience something with you. And without you, I don't know really what I'm trying to experience besides practicing.
So, okay, so for character, you're saying that the performance builds character.
Yes.
And then in that, once you're actually in the moment of performance, then you're collaborating, not just with the people on stage, but you're actually creating an emotional collaboration with the people in front of you.
Yes, with the world.
Did you hear that when you were learning music, or is that something you discovered as you were becoming a performer?
No one talks about this. No one. You won't really hear this. It's something you experience. It's something that you learn along the way. And I think that musicians and non-musicians, what I mean by non-musicians is people that aren't pursuing music professionally, when really I think we all are involved in music daily. Everyone is. Yeah. But you learn that as a whole, and it's something that even people that aren't involved with musically professionally experience that on the daily, and they don't even realize it.
What are they experiencing?
They're experiencing a connection with other human beings.
Yeah.
They're experiencing unity, they're experiencing harmony. And even if there's dissonance between you and another person, that's also a part of performance. That's also part of humanity, and music is a part of that.
So, okay, so tell me a story now. Tell me a story of a time when you were either getting ready getting ready for a performance or in a performance that you could sense that there was a part of your character being built? And then what was that character trait?
Okay. I think one really big and obvious one is joy. This one, I feel there are even moments sometimes before I go up on stage and before I perform where I'm just not feeling it, or something happened that day and I'm not having as much joy as I would like to have on stage. And a lot of people say fake it till you make it, but honestly, you can't really, when it comes to emotions, sometimes you can't just switch, like, you know, oh, be happy.
Well,
oh,
and that's
okay.
the thing too, because like whatever you're feeling in the moment is coming out in your performance.
Exactly.
Like it does not matter.
Exactly.
Like it's
Yeah.
so hard
Yeah.
to fake the kind of sincerity that comes out when you're doing music.
Yeah.
Like when you're performing.
Yeah, so I had this moment once where it was for like a college performance, and so that means I had to be there for a grade. I can't just skip it.
Right.
And before that, I was just really exhausted. I had a few finals before the performance because the performance was in the evening. And like, I'd say like 5 minutes before getting up on stage, I was just sitting there and I was in the worst mood. I was like, I do not want to sing right now. I just want to be in my bed in my pajamas with tea in my hands. Like, I don't want to perform right now. But I told myself, you know what? I'm just going to take this moment to just feel what I'm feeling. Just feel it and go up on that stage and just go through it. And acknowledge that I'm feeling this way. And I did. And guess what? I experienced joy through experiencing the emotion that I was feeling before that, which was just, I don't know if being tired is the emotion.
So like just because you were congruent, just because like what was inside you were letting come out.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, it feels so good to be like.
And well, and here's the thing is that because I embraced what I was feeling and I went up on that stage and I used that feeling to portray my performance. I saw people in the audience that were going, like they were vocalizing, they're like, yes! Or like, you know, I sang a phrase or whatever, and they're like, yes! And to me, that's like, they felt what I felt.
Yeah.
And that's unity. And in that, I felt harmony. In that, I felt joy. And all
You had
of a
the
sudden,
collaboration
I
with
felt
them.
the human, like a human interaction. And it's, you know, emotion to emotion speaking to each other.
Yeah, midbrains talking to midbrains.
Talking to midbrain.
Yeah.
And I felt so much joy through that. And after that, like when I got off the stage, because we did a few songs, I experienced so much. The joy was ongoing. It didn't end. It wasn't just joy on stage and then off stage. Afterwards, I talked to people and we, you know, they expressed how they felt and I expressed how I felt. It was joy.
So, okay, so I'm getting a lot from what you're saying, and I feel like if teachers were showing this to particularly high school students, where they were like, what is the point? Why are we doing this performance? It sounds like one of the biggest things you can get out of it is simply whatever's going on inside of you has a chance to congruently, meaning like in one line, like in a straight line, not in curves or like, oh, what do I have to be right now? What do I have to do right now? But it can actually come out of you. And actually that's really powerful because when it comes out of you, then it affects everybody who's
Right.
with you. And that's
Right.
that collaboration side.
Right.
So it takes character. Okay, just let me see if I get this right. It takes character to be able to be congruent like that. And then once you are congruent, you get everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's right. Because I mean, if you're angry, I mean, you don't necessarily want to bring that anger out onto everyone else. So I think really just being aware of your emotion, aware of the other part of your brain, which is logic, and being able to use both of them, which is wisdom. And how can I navigate what I'm feeling now by still going through it and not just throwing it under the rug? And there's joy in experiencing all that together with other humans, not just by myself.
So like the emotion is just an energy. Like it's an energy in your
Right.
body. And if you let it out the right way, not suppress it, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, not suppressing it, but letting it out in a way where you're letting the energy flow, but in a very collected way.
Right. In a way that, tell me more what you mean by
You're directing your energy.
Directing your
Yeah.
energy out. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed that video. Be looking out. Renata is going to be coming out with a book that is parallel to mine called The Purpose of Performance. It is wonderful. It's going to be excellent. As always, please check out our website. There's lots of free stuff to be found, and looking forward to seeing you all next week.